Right. All right, there we are. We are live. Nobody's in here. Hey, Michael is. Michael 58's in here. How you doing, Michael? Good to see you. I almost fell asleep sitting here waiting to go live. Looks like we have a little better weather here where I'm at. How about where you're at, Michael? Had my sunglasses on. Almost fell asleep. Guess we'll sit here together and wait for everybody to get here. Guess we'll sit here together and wait for everybody to get here. Turn my phone down. So, John's life. Hey, good morning to you. You gonna get a new pew? Hey, how you doing, my friend? Anna, good morning. The weather getting better for everybody? I know it's warming up here. Let me see if I can check it out here real fast. We're in a heat wave here. It says 43 degrees. We're in a heat wave. Fall asleep, Uncle Al. Here we go.
Hey, folks.
Got you.
Oh, boy. Sorry. I just got back from my church office. Too much paperwork.
Church.
Yep. I have to do
Getting all your paperwork in order.
Paperwork, and I had my phone calls on pre-record on digital. So any phone calls coming in for the next hour be picked up.
Oh, cool. Right on.
Because I do the church hotline, and usually I get about 100 to 95 people. And I take breaks and I look at the YouTube and stuff. If I didn't, I'd be screaming my head off inside the rectory.
Anybody know what's going on with Steve? I see he wasn't on this morning.
Could be a bunch of things. They having
Is he
a
feeling
little.
okay?
No, they had a brownout down in Ventura County in LA. They're having the Santa
Oh, they
Ana's
had a
coming on
brownout.
and off. Yeah, it's a little hard to put on a. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a
I'm
little hard to
hearing
put it. It's a little hard to put on a live stream when you don't have power.
Yeah.
Now, folks,
Yeah,
we're
I
going
might
to have.
pop in and out too. They've been telling us we might have
Right,
they're gonna
because
turn us off in grids.
because what's coming up is the Pineapple Express. It missed us totally, but it's heading in your direction. I can't figure out the time or date. It looks like maybe 2 or 3 days.
Well, they said they would let us know, but I got an email on it saying
Right.
that if they shut us off, it'll be like I live in a very small town, but they're still gonna take us like grid by grid.
You got your backup
And
power ready,
so
right?
everybody's not out at the same time.
Right. You got your backup power ready, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes,
Like I said,
sir. I definitely got backup.
A lot of people don't because they have California weather or Texas weather, so it's not built up to codes. And the big problem with a lot of things going on, it passed us. It's going to hit Washington and Oregon with hurricane force winds like last week. And it's going to hit Idaho. Sorry, it wasn't Ohio. Idaho, going to loop down. It's going to go through Nevada, loop up through Arizona. It's going to clobber New Mexico, Arizona, the Panhandle, northern tip that's hitting Oklahoma. Forget Oklahoma and probably you, and then loop towards the east.
That's the Pineapple Express, right?
Right. It's a big one too. We have this one, and then we have the. Let's see. What's?
Hi, Kaylin.
Hi, Kaylin. Let's see.
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's a big one. Number 3 is coming next week.
Morning, Vanessa. Good to see you.
Hi, Dave.
Oh no! Now we've got a live stream.
Yeah. Hi, Michael. Hi, everybody.
Grumpy came in.
Sorry. Hi, Vanessa Kitty. Let's see. Shoot. Yeah, I got a doctor's appointment today and tomorrow, and everybody's worrying because I'm not feeling too hot. So I tell them I'm strong, I'm old enough, don't worry about me. Nothing kills Uncle Al. Yeah, let's see.
You're taking care of all them old people, right?
Always. Old and disabled. I have my hands full. It's like we have 10 watching. And folks, please tell your friends to stop by and check out Will's channel. There's his new sticker, old sticker.
I got magnets too that look even different from either one of those.
Right. Hi, Tibor.
I'm gonna get one of the magnets into the mail for you too, Uncle.
Oh, thanks. Let's see. Probably going to get stopped and searched.
Remember, you guys, if anybody out there wants one of my stickers or magnets, just let me know. I get it out to you. I got plenty.
Just been busy.
I was gonna get some pins so you can put them like on your hat and stuff.
Yeah, I still got the old one. So.
I'll wait on those, I think.
Yeah. And then let's see, I'm sending out a package to
hey, Tibor.
Common Sense,
my friend.
Common Sense with Elizabeth, because she's still recovering from her chemo. Let's see, Winging It with Irish Colleen is still recovering from surgery. She took out a growth. They thought it was body fat, but it wasn't. So good luck for her. It's like a 30-pound growth. I don't think she's moving yet.
Make sure you guys are saying prayers.
Yep, always. We have 12 watching. Tired, folks.
I got 11 watching.
Yeah. Right now,
I can't see the.
I have it on my phone. Yeah. Hit the like button, folks.
7 thumbs up, 12.
Yeah. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Hey,
folks.
Howie.
Hey, Howie.
How are you doing, my friend? Are you feeling okay? Let me throw you. There should be a link up there if you want to come up there. It should be. There's not very many people in here. You should be able to go back and find it. You're more than welcome to be up here with us. Anybody, you guys want to come up and say hi to everybody? Hit that link. I'll throw another one up there for you.
Please wear headphones and a mic. It'll attach it to the side of of your, on the side of your phone, if you're using a phone or if you're using a laptop with a better web camera, it will pick that up.
Yeah, especially if you got a real nice microphone. Make sure your background is
Right.
turned down because it will pick it up really good.
True. That's
I
why we
learned the hard way.
yeah. Oh,
There
there's
he
Howie.
is.
Hey, Howie.
Hi, Howie.
Hi, Uncle Al. I will.
How you feeling?
A little worse for wear, but I'm okay. God is good, man.
There
Good.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
One day at a time, my friend.
Yeah.
How's the chickens
absolutely.
doing?
I'm sorry, what's that, Uncle Al?
How's the chickens doing?
I had to get rid of half of them, so I'm down to 10. So
Mm.
I sold a bunch. I tripled my money, so I did all right. But I couldn't take care of them all, so I now only have 10. So I'm going to get rid of 5 more and just keep 5. I only need a few eggs a day, and
Right.
I don't, because I'm giving away a lot of eggs, so which is nice and all, but it's a lot of work cleaning them, and
I was gonna say it's a lot of work.
I can't get an
Yeah.
infection, so the least I do around the chicken coop and cleaning the eggs, the better off I am. So
Yeah.
I'm just
like I
keeping
said,
the 5.
right. Howie's correct. When you're working with animals and waste products, you will pick up infections, a lot of infections. So
Yeah.
that's why you
Very
have to
easily
be,
too, yeah.
yeah, you have to be very clean. And that brings up on Will's video yesterday, do not use gray water
No.
because I
Yeah, we had a good discussion about that, didn't we?
yeah, because it's a prepper myth.
Well, that would just be in a very dire
No.
situation.
During the 19th century of the Old West, what was common after you use gray water?
Dysentery,
Plagues,
cholera,
dysentery,
Dysentery,
cholera, listeria, E. coli,
microsporidia,
you name it. We go down the list, including leprosy. That's why they
giardia.
quit, that's why they quit using gray water for washing and giving it to the garden. What
Yeah.
was the big agent that caused giardia in the Old West? People watering their waste gardens
Yeah.
with gray water. So everybody's wondering, oh, my stomach don't feel good. I ate a carrot. And you're running to the outhouse and like, I just only
okay
had
to put
Scott.
it's okay to put it in the ground for the trees, but not the
Right.
garden.
No,
not
no.
the garden.
Yeah, a garden.
And it
A
has to
garden
be
would be good, yeah.
yeah, it has to be treated. I read up on the gray water system. Has to go through 500 pounds of limestone, activated charcoal,
You're right.
gravel, and
Yeah.
then if it's really bad, if it's poo water, because there's
Yeah.
gray water, poo water, dishwater.
Pathogens.
So you have to separate all three. If it's poo water, you have to have a settling tank. Whatchamacallit? Another tank that's pressurized that you put in chlorine, pool shock, to kill the waste bacteria, and it has to be painted black. So you raise the temperature up to 240 degrees outside in the sun. 30
Yeah.
days later, you discharge it into the field. It's
Yeah.
safe, but there's
Yeah.
still a chance that you get other things with it, like in France. France did a lot of it, and during World War One,
No. Yeah.
people were getting infected from the fields because you crawl through the French soil and like, I'm dying from infection. I'm dying from leprosy. I'm dying from cholera. I went through a clean grape field.
What you can't see is what will always hurt
Come
you.
on.
What you
Yeah.
don't know is what you always hurt you. That's why educate yourself for your environment. And it's concept of observation. Al, you got a great one, and so did Will. But a lot of folks go bumbling along. They don't realize until they're dead. Well, even then they don't realize.
or,
they're dead.
or they repeat stuff that they heard before.
Which is
And it's-
BS.
Yeah, because I like, you don't need to waterproof your bug out bag. I'm like,
Yeah,
Howie lives
it's called a
in
ditch bag.
Vancouver. Yeah,
It's called
Howie
a
lives
ditch bag.
in ditch bag. Yep. Howie
Yeah.
lives in Vancouver.
I
And
was
they're
here.
on
We're
Hold
saying
on
that-
one second. Tibor saying that the electric company in Texas is charging them for electricity that they're not
Stealing. They're
getting to
stealing.
use.
No, that's easy.
Yeah,
They're covering
they're
their
trying
butt.
to.
Yeah.
They're scamming you, trying to get you to pay for their bumble.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, David.
You guys,
David
if you
Carlisle.
guys live in Texas, listen to Tibor and write your senators. Let them know you're not happy.
Right.
I agree with that.
Well, the utility commission
Hi,
too,
David.
you can write to.
Right.
But you write to your utility commission. There's a board, and you tell them, and you register that mail too. You don't send it with just a stamp on it. And if you really want to get sticky, for $40, you get a notarized. And that way it can't go wrong. I recently was supposed to get a $2,000 rebate for my new furnace. They said they lost it, and they lost we registered it. You couldn't have lost it. You signed for it. You see, but because
I'm going through that right now. I sent a package, and they lost it.
Yeah.
And I've been fighting with them for a week over that damn thing.
you were saying,
They're saying, "Well, file a complaint." And I said, "I filed 3 complaints. And I'm still not getting satisfaction."
Right. But guys, on the Texas power grid thing, shut off auto pay first. Number 1, shut off auto pay if you have it. Number 2, refuse payment of that. Pay your regular amount. Write down the exorbitant price. Talk to your electric company. Say they made a mistake and should take care of it. Just do your regular billing until they clarify this, because it's a scam. Big scam. Like, you owe us $1,500. No, I don't. I only owe you $735. Go
exactly, because you have it in writing.
right.
Yeah. They try all kinds.
Yeah,
of
I don't
shit.
have anything on auto pay.
Yeah,
I
see
learned
a
the
lot.
hard way. I don't put anything on auto pay.
Right. David.
Overbilling, it's called, and even at the doctor's office, he was investigated. He was pumping through 175 people on the billing system. He was only having 3 people a day show up there. But he was 175 people. He was saying showing up. I mean, how could you possibly be a doctor to 175 people in an 8-hour period? It's impossible. The most you could do is 20 to 25. So he was getting all this money for years until someone went, well, these aren't right. And anyway, he had to pay it all back.
Right.
He got in trouble. Big investigation.
Right. And David says there's no board in Texas because it's a separate power grid from the rest of the nation.
Oh, there's always an energy commission. There's always an energy.
There's a commission,
I don't
but
know. Texas has a way. Texas has its own way of doing things. Right?
Yeah, but they do have a commission. Howie's right, but it's in Michigan.
Yeah,
but it's a different kind of commission. I mean, you guys are. I was listening to this the other day. They have the government. Now I could be wrong because I'm not from Texas, but the government went in there to help them with their power problem, and Texas told them that to go away, that they didn't want their help because Texas has their own way of doing things.
Right.
Now I may be wrong, but that's how I interpreted it.
For 2 reasons.
And then all the local people there were bitching because the government's not helping them. But Texas won't take any help from the government.
Right, because if you read the Texas Constitution, it's still a separate state. It can refuse federal help because it's a foreign power offering you something for free. In Texas, you have to have the full legislature because their senators are in Cancun. They can't decide to accept the request. So it has to go through it because the United States and Texas is actually a sovereign state. It's not a nation, sovereign state, because they fought the Mexican War without our help. Mm-hmm. And then we came in and helped them because they killed one of our former senators. Where's Davy Crockett? Let's shoot him and stab him. Okay, we get kind of
But that's
mad
what
when
I
you do-
heard the other day. That's
Go
what
ahead,
I
Will.
heard the other day, and I couldn't get it. Here is the government wants to go in there and help them with their crisis, and they're telling them to get the heck out of the way. They don't want their help. But you
Right,
have the people there, the regular citizens, saying, "Hey, we need their help this time."
Yeah, but they didn't went through proper channels because Texas is a sovereign state, not a nation, sovereign state. So the United States has to come in and says, "We would like to help you, give you energy," and they have to approve it. You can't go up there like, here's some free energy. They won't take it because it's liability. Because who's liable for it? United States or Texas?
It just seems kind of weird to me that
Yeah, but you have liability.
the United States government wants to help them and they won't take it,
Right.
even if the citizens are asking for it,
Right, because
because
they have
said that they're saying that their state's not doing anything.
they could complain all they want. They have to go through channels like everybody else. That's bureaucracy. Howie knows what I'm talking about. And yes, David, it's only one company that produces power in Texas. You're eating chia seed or pumpkin?
Pumpkin raw.
Oh,
It's
that's
for
good.
men's prostate, and I got prostate cancer, eh? So
Yeah,
this
eat
is
a
my
lot
best
of it.
friend. This and palmetto berries, and this my best friend now. It stops the inflammation, and believe it or not, it's working like a charm. I'm 1 month in eating this pumpkin seed, and it's actually
right.
working. It's actually
Right.
working, decreasing the size of my prostate, decreasing. So, gentlemen, if you're a man, and you both are, this is your best friend. Be careful, only eat a little bit every day. Don't eat a lot
Right.
because it can bung you up real bad.
Oh yeah.
No,
And also non-salted has to
Was
be
just raw pumpkin.
good
Raw.
point. Good point. Raw. I think I did say raw.
yeah.
Raw.
Yeah.
I love my pumpkin seed, boy. Oh yeah, and palmetto berries too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also in small quantities.
yeah. You got to be careful. Just a little.
Yeah,
bit.
because bad side effects of palmetto seeds, either diarrhea or constipation, and you don't want both at the same time. It's 1 minute constipation, next minute diarrhea.
I found that out the hard way.
Oh yeah, Howie knows what I'm talking about. It's
Hey,
like,
can
oh
I say
yeah,
hello to Iron Firehorse there? Just wanted to say hi to Irene there. Good to see you, Iron and Caitlin.
I
and
have
David,
faith, Chip.
David Carlisle. Yeah,
Good person.
yeah, all good people. A lot of mostly good people show up here. It's
Right.
fantastic. I like between Gil's channel
I get
and
pretty lucky.
Will.
I got to answer Kaylin.
Yeah, I
and
get
Iron
pretty
Horse.
lucky. I got some really great people.
I got to answer Kaylin and Iron Horse, Iron Fire Horse question. They don't have public lands. BML is not welcome in the state of Texas. It's in their charter. Do not let Bureau of Land Management in our territory.
They're
They
bad
hate
news.
they hate their guts. There's no public land. There's state lands, there's Indian lands, and there's small federal reservations. Those are the U.S. military, and that's it. There's no public lands in Texas. There's no national forest in
Good.
Texas.
Good. That BLM stuff there, that's really tough on a couple of pals I have. And they come in and they cut their property right in half and said, look, we're taking this. They had no say at all. And they owned it. They had a piece of
Yep.
paper saying they owned it full title too. There was no other titles to it. They owned it outright.
BLM takes all your land away from you.
Oh yeah, it
They
doesn't
were-
matter if
The
you.
BLM takes all your property away from you, and then they say it's for the better of the nation, but it's not. They
No,
take it so they can scalp it
what's yours
of
is
all its
yours.
minerals and stuff.
Right.
What you own, not just come and take what you own. And that they got a real attitude because he had to get rid of most of his herd because he had no place to feed the herd.
Right.
It was some plant or something or some little thing, a little bug or something they found that they wanted to save.
Hey, Irish Mama,
Well, as far as I'm concerned, if you own the land, that's your
how are
bug.
you?
Right. But under BML's Nazi, well, I can't say that, but they're
That's the wrong word. You'll get me struck out.
I'm sorry, authoritarian from 1933. How's that? That sounds bitter. Authoritarianism. It's good for the state, bad for you. It's good for the environment, it's bad for you. And find out that bug's not native to my area or it came. It's invasive species. Whoops, we made a mistake. You won't get your property back. Here's your paperwork. See you in 20 years. It's like the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles. I had to send $38 to register. I am not dead. I am still driving. And I said, I need a refund because if I'm dead, you could keep the money. If I'm not dead, please send back the money. That was January. I'm still waiting for my money back. We haven't decided if you're fully alive, Mr. Sato. That was the last email I got from him. I
remember that, Tibor.
Oh yeah, that was.
I lived down in there when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I remember them taking all those farms when they were putting in that big TVA.
Yeah, Tennessee Valley Authority, and that was for three reasons. One, to make the atomic bombs. Two, provide cheap electricity for the corporate factories all over the place. And three, displace people. Because they didn't like the people living there because they had land grants and they wanted to get rid of them. Like, how the hell are we going to get rid of people out of old land grants? Well, flood them out. That's why I don't trust the government.
Open up that dam, yep.
I like the Irish way of handling problems with someone taking your land. Back in the 16th, 17th, and 18th century, the banker would come and try to take the land. Well, the banker never ever went home. They kept the banker. So then if they continued, they would just go and hunt the banker down. And that would give them another 2 or 3 years. But the banker, nobody ever knew whatever happened to him. You know, like an Italian thing, sleeping with the fishes, right?
Yeah, they would just disappear.
But the banker got smart. They sent out agents after that.
The bailiff, yeah. The banker didn't do his work no more because he just disappeared.
Right. Oops. Let's change our plans. We'll send out bailiffs and agent of the government. They'll die for us. Stay home where it's warm. Don't have to go.
But even in the
rain.
dirty 30s in the United States, and the banks tried to take land from people that owed money to the bank. There was a lot of people that disappeared too.
Right. And then
when they showed up, they just disappeared in big investigation, the FBI, everybody looking for them. Well, I mean, he's underneath the apple tree.
Yeah, my grandfather used to tell me stories about that. And then the federal and sheriff agents come in and you hear gunfights on these little dinky properties, and you have people going from Oklahoma, Nebraska, the panhandle of Texas to California because Uncle Jed and Jethro is dead because the revenuers showed up with BARs and open fire, and they only had Winchesters. And you know what happened to Uncle Jed and Jethro
when they were taking.
I remember that Tibor because of my mom's side of the family is from down around the Tennessee woods and stuff. That's how I learned about my grandpa's still and stuff. But yeah, I remember them coming down through there with the TVA and just wiping out farms and everything just to get rid of the people that wanted to live on their own terms, you know.
Right. They even got rid of small towns. There's like 17 towns disappeared because they fled. Yeah, they fled the whole place. So there's whole towns underwater. You can see it
Oh
on
yeah, here in BC too. Here in BC, they took the Japanese people to internment camps during World War II, and a lot of the old fellows, they took the Japanese stuff and put it in storage for when they got out, right? And I was just reading in a memoir, Captain Jack Noble, a guy down the road here. He's dead now, but there was Japanese had small pistols for when the seal would come up in their boat. They could shoot the seal. It would be easy to pull their pistol out. They were real nice pistols. So anyway, he was saying how he hid them for the Japanese friend of his, and they grew all the greens. They're the first to get all the greens here where I live, and they were first to get the greens out into the market. You see. And he was friends with them, so he hid all their stuff, like personables that he could only hide so much stuff. But the government was taking everything, took all their boats and sold everything. You see, and for pennies too. It was all a crook show.
Oh yeah, big time.
Some of their stuff, like their artwork and stuff, and their and jewelry. Well, this fellow Captain Jack Noble, he hid it all for them. And then when the old fellows came back from the internment camp in Kettle Valley, he gave it all back to them. It didn't go into the auction. He just managed to save a few things for them, precious stuff to them, But they were such good friends that the war didn't matter. They were friends, It didn't make a damn bit of difference.
Right.
And, but the stealing that went on was incredible. All the boats were sold for like not even a penny on the dollar. It was 1/10 of a penny on the dollar. And these boats were amazing. They're built especially for the coast here. And when the Japanese built them, they didn't measure anything. They knew so close to how to build it. They just cut it and put it right on. That was it. And some of the old boats are still in the water today. In wooden boats. They're still being used today. And there's some in museums. And I got to look at one the other day. Man, what a nice piece of work. It was beautiful.
Also tough too.
Oh,
because it handles those water. This is before fiberglass, folks. Fiberglass and heavy skin aluminum boats, and these were tough boats.
They were the
best. That thing is why I hate Disneyland so much. Is part of my distant family, not blood related by marriage. Anaheim sold all our farms, oranges, vegetables, everything, for commercial property and for residential development. We're still in the court system. It's going to take us another 100 years, but we're taking back Anaheim. How much area is Anaheim built up? And that's including Disneyland. Disneyland has their lawyers against us, and a lot of my old folks and relatives are died off. But I'm stubborn and I'm mean. Because if we win, that's over $2 billion in property. And we're going to raise down everything to the ground. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to have farms and orange trees and dump all that trash to Washington. The houses, not people. I love people. But they shouldn't have been on stolen property. Because what my grandfather and my distant relative kind of grandaunt told me, when the Japanese left out of Anaheim, they burned the houses. The farmhouses, they burned them down. So we don't like the state government of California, Democrats. Who say, well, we got some new land. There's some homes there, very nice homes and gardens. Burn it down. So
they're going to impeach Newsom.
Oh yeah,
they're going to get rid of Newsom. I heard.
Yeah, everybody's mad at Newsom. The biggest thing was they didn't apologize. They didn't explain why. They just took the land, sold it off, burnt everything, and they said wartime excuses. Japanese were going to invade California. We need it for the war effort. I don't know. Talk to my lawyer. All that excuses for last, how many years? 70, 80 years?
Gentlemen.
Yeah, I know. It's a sore point for me. But there's a few Democrats at that time. I was named after Alan Short. Says that's wrong. That's really wrong. His first name's Alan, and he said that's wrong. And the rest of the Democratic Party kind of shunned him during the war and after the war because they're Japanese. You're not supposed to hang black people. You're not supposed to steal their money. You don't deport people if they're Hispanic. He raised a fit. And then what the Democratic Party says, you're a Democrat, shut up. And they shoved him in a corner. And until the 60s, he didn't got any power. He got his power back. And he sued the Democratic Party.
For sure. Hey, I have to go. I have 60 pounds of apples I'm picking up for $10.
Oh, good.
So,
What are
yeah.
they?
They're all different kind, and they're organic, and they're just all different kind. You don't know what kind they are. They're all mixed up, Ambrosia, Liberties, and what it is they're horse apples, but they're good enough for me because I'm a horse anyway. But the apple a day keeps the doctor away, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
That's what they say. Yep.
Good
Yeah,
to see
and
you
then-
both.
Yeah, and then Kalen's right. It's called eminent domain. Yeah, that was abused a lot.
Got to fly, gentlemen.
Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for
Howie.
coming by, Howie.
Well, you're looking good, buddy. Eat your apple a day, man.
Yeah, I'm losing weight, so
Yeah, like I
that
said, eat more.
counts.
Instead of snack foods, eat fruits and vegetables by the ton. Because I have to lose weight myself.
Oh,
I gotta
I
lose
got
it.
a big bowl. I got a
I
big
gotta-
bowl here on the counter. I dig into.
I have to lose another 60 pounds. And I'm going to see my other doctor says, you're too much weight. I'm like, I already dropped 90 pounds. How much do I have to drop? Another 60. I'm already at 203. So they want me down to 140 pounds. I'm looking at them.
Oh, you're below me. I'm trying to get down there. I'm at 240 or something. I'm trying to get down to I'm at 340. I'm trying to get down to 250.
Yeah. Like I said, 2 pounds a month. Do it slow. Don't do overboard like what's that girl? Australian girl. I can't think of it. She lost 100 on that Sing movies. I can't think of her name.
I don't know. I don't know. I've been at it for about a little over a month now. I've lost 32 pounds.
Oh, that's
So I'm
good.
not trying to go like real fast, but
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, I got to get that picture. So I'll be right back. Keep talking to them, Will. Talk about the weather.
Alrighty.
Ask
The
everybody.
weather.
Yeah, ask everybody what's the weather like at their location. It's going to change soon, folks.
It's going to all change, yep. All right, who else wants to come up and tell their story to the world? Anybody want to come up on the panel with Uncle Al and myself? If you do, let me know. I'll throw another link up there for you guys. How about you, Kaylin? You want to come up and talk? Plug in that headset to your Kindle. That should work just fine. What's everybody think about that thing about their trying to get Newsom out of office? I was seeing a little bit about it on the news last night when I was watching a little news before I went to bed. Looks like they want to try to put Arnold Schwarzenegger in his place. Anybody hear about that? Cold and snowy in Indiana. Yeah, it's that time of year, Anna. Even for here, it's about that time of year. You don't know anything about it, Dave? Yeah, I just catch bits and pieces of that stuff when I getting ready to go to bed at night. 30 something there and windy. Yeah, we're having a heat wave here. It's 47. How about there in Iowa, Caitlin? It's all starting to melt off, warm up a little bit. Windy, man. When it gets windy here, it's windy. But today's a good, calm day. Anybody know how Texas is doing? Are they starting to thaw out? I don't have any Texans here. River's gonna rise. Yeah, when the snow melts.
And I'm back. Okay. That's Rebel Wilson regular form.
That's you.
Rebel Wilson. Okay, that's how much
Who's Rebel Wilson?
she's an actress that did the singing movies. And then this is what she looks today. But she's on a vegetable diet and she works 6 days a week out.
Works out 6 days a week.
Oh, yeah. And she's that slim.
Well, I suppose so. If you work out 6 days a week,
Yep.
you wouldn't even have to be on a vegetable diet.
No, they put her on a vegetable diet because she was at 350 right there. Yes, Anna was right. Pitch Perfect was the movies.
Pitch Perfect.
Yeah. It's a cute movie. And she's
Anna
Australian.
knows. Anna
Yeah.
knows.
Yep. But like I said, folks, it's right now it's a good time to lose weight before the whatchamacallit. We have a rise during Easter of the red dragon. We can't say the C word because will get docked for it. Yeah. Because Dr. Fauci is nuts. They said the vaccines are working, and then also have a disagreement with Hubble's cat, HC, which was kind of hilarious because they're not talking about like Japan got rid of 1 million doses because it was contaminated. And they're looking at them. We're not shooting people up with mercury or biocontaminants because they check all the serums.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay, it's going to cure the red dragon. Let's give you an injection. A lot of hospitals find out, whoops, this wasn't safe. And they had doctors and nurses like, you know, that's not a good sign. If like, it's time for getting the second shot. Oh, the doctor who administered the first shot is now. You don't want that.
I think he's if you listen to what he says, Fauci, I think he's starting to believe some of the nonsense he says.
I think she's nuts. Yeah, she's rich. She's worth about 6.5 million. Yep, personal trainer too. Yeah, that's the vision of people, what they want. And snow melt is temporary. We might have a black ice storm. So I do warn people about that, and especially on the East Coast, because if we have another quick freeze, that all that slushy and wet stuff, Will knows what I'm talking about, right, Will?
Yeah.
When you have black ice and you're driving a truck, either 9, 10, 12, 18 gear, it's like I-35 in the winter. You don't want to be on it.
A lot of those people get like staples in their stomach, you guys. You
Yeah,
guys that are talking about it. They
yeah,
get their stomach stapled, and then that keeps them from gaining a lot of weight.
either stapled or rubber band. Ed Grizzly Taco has to do it because he has a medical condition, and they reduced his stomach by a third, and he's feeling much better now. But he had cancer, digestive problems, a whole bunch of things. But he works for a hospital, and they covered it.
Some people are go off the deep end, and they go in there and they cut out part of their intestines,
Yeah,
so they can't eat as much, and that keeps them skinny too.
right. Do it slowly, 2 pounds a month, and stretch because you don't want to be a butterfly, have all this sagging skin hanging around. Like that one guy in Brazil, he had 170 pounds of excess skin. He donated that to a burn unit, but that was horrifying. I was watching the operation, like, now he has a line down his chest, all the way down to his groin, and it's like, how much skin did they take off of him? And they had like a little wheelbarrow hauling it off.
I was watching this one guy. He weighed like 600 pounds, and he lost, I can't remember how much, 300 pounds or something. And the fat was just hanging all over his body, just hanging there. And he said he was going to have to do an operation to get that taken off too.
Yeah. Probably liposuction first, and then probably surgical removal.
Cellulose or whatever. I think he said that cellulose hanging.
Yeah, that you have to surgically remove. That's not an easy process to do because cellulose is not regular body fat. Cellulose is hard. Nice thing about it is it's kind of bulletproof. I know one heavyset guy got shot in the chest 9 or 6 times with a 9mm and only went in about a half inch. That's how heavy set he was.
Cellulite, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you can get rid of some of it with physical exercise, but you can't.
Yes.
But you can't get rid of all of it.
Nope, because it's a hard mass. Like my friend who got shot 9 to 6 times with a 9mm, he said it didn't hurt. I did push-ups a day after. I'm looking at him. You got shot with hollow points. Only went in a half inch because he's an ex-football player and he likes chicken.
Hi, Gil.
Hi, Gil.
About time you got here.
Yep, down to the hour. We got 12 minutes left.
About 12.
Yeah.
Whatever everybody wants. I don't care. Go
All right.
a little over.
A little bit over. And let me double check.
We'll throw that out there for the late guy.
Yeah. Oh, I did hear whatchamacallit, emergency alert from the federal government. People should have the basic 12, which kind of cracks me up. You're supposed to have a 3 days food supply. Everybody should have 10 gallons of water, not in little bottles, they say. Personal bottles, liter size. They want you 10 gallons in bulk. So you got to get one
There
of
he
those.
is.
Hey, Gil.
Everybody out there.
Let me wake up here.
It's all right.
Hold it. Yeah, there we go. Slap him. There he go. Now I'm there.
By Thursday, you're going to have a hurricane snowstorm. So is it a snowicane or a snownado or snownoctrophy or
Snowpocalypse.
snowpocalypse?
Snowpocalypse.
Snow nacho.
Hey, Aiden there. Can't even pronounce the names right.
Anna dear?
Yeah.
AIDS fine.
There we go. I'll just type it in on the other one. My tongue's not awake yet.
No problem.
Ugh.
Did you get that alert from, I forget which agency, the Basic 12, 3 days of food supply per person, 10 gallons of water, not in the liter bottles or small bottles, a first
Yeah.
aid kit and book, a whistle and a signal mirror, flashlight with batteries. They put under with batteries in capitals.
Yeah, there were a bunch of people that were buying the flashlights at like Home Depot, Ace Hardware, Lowe's. That just a flashlight. They didn't tell them batteries. They're buying the flashlight. Oh, they said right on it, batteries not included. It's like, hello.
Yeah, on the flashlight on the email, they have batteries in capital letters underlined.
Yeah,
Here, I don't know if over there where you live at, Gil, but here, Wyoming puts up these commercials and they show you everything that should be in your 3-day kit. They show pictures of them.
yeah.
When they get to the flashlight, it says, remember to buy the batteries.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean,
for
the 72-hour / 3-day kit is a sore spot with me. For over
right,
20 years, I've been telling people, don't do it. It's a false, what do I call it?
Panacea.
A fake, fabricated life preserver that's going to fail on you. And
Right.
They found that out in Katrina and Rita, during those
Also,
hurricanes.
Texas now too.
And it's like, the CERT program has been teaching 7 to 10 days minimum.
Yeah, but anyway, on the email, rubber gloves, dishwasher is fine, and basic dust baths to prevent contamination dust. Be sure to have, in capital letters, extra filters and gloves. I don't know where these people are at. But I do say one thing was very common sense was can openers in bold print, 2 of either standard or GI. Because remember, I forget who did that. Yeah, did that thing that was Hubble's cat. He had 5 years supply of food, or it was stored away for 5 years, and guess what? He forget
Can opener.
all can opener. No can opener in the kit, and it was for a nuclear war. That was funny as hell.
Well, heck, I got, I'd go to the kitchen and show you, but I got 3 types of can openers in the kitchen. The old-fashioned one where it cuts down from the top, the one that cuts from the side so there's no sharp edges, and then I got a big number 10 can opener.
Yeah, you can tell your difference between the survivalist and the prepper. Survivalists will have the number 10 can opener on the garage door or in the kitchen or on the cabinet.
Well, see, the number 10 one I have is portable. It's not one of the ones where you jam it down in like they have at the restaurants. You crank the top.
Yeah.
This is one that you can take with you in your backpack, and it's like the regular one, only on super steroids. It's big.
Yeah, I got 2 of the old school ones. One's that spin, and the other one's that's okay. What kind of can opener is that, Uncle? It's on the wall. Put your can over there. And they're looking at me. Are you going to feed Godzilla? No. Open number 10 can.
Well, you got to have the kind where you can put the lid back on it too.
Yeah.
The can lid back on.
I have a whole bunch of, like me and Gil, we got all sorts of can openers.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I gave out again, just froze again. I
Yep.
gave out a whole mess with my 1,000 subscriber giveaway.
Yeah, I got it too. So
31s. I gave out both sizes, and
yep.
I should
Caitlin's
have
right.
another book coming today on survival.
Oh, that's good. You going to do a review?
I don't know. I've got a couple of them now. Here's my newest one. Let me see if I can get it. Put this over on. Come on.
I got that one. Best is Doc Bones and Amy's one. The prepper medical books are kind of iffy on certain spots. That's why I like Dr. Anton's books better.
Yeah, his is about twice as thick too.
Yeah. Number 9, local
I guess
maps.
this was because it was one I could understand the pictures.
Not good if you have a broken leg. But number 9, local maps and compasses. How many people can read a compass? I know I could. I know Gil could. Will, do you remember from the military or your Boy Scouts?
Oh, I can not only read it, I can use it to get somewhere.
Good. And I think I'm the only one who knows how to use a sextant because I used to have a boat.
Yeah.
I can use a sextant.
Day or night navigation.
Yeah.
They taught us in the day, so I guess daytime.
Good. Because it's different. Because I have to tell people, if you're using a sextant at
You have
night,
to go by the stars at night.
right? But you have to get a proper declaration. If you don't, you're going to be off by 100 miles, and people don't understand that. It's the sun doesn't change. Sun's right there. It won't change. But stars, if you on the equator, it shifts. If north,
Oh,
you have
good
to
job, Tibor.
good. North of the equator, it's a different set of stars. South of the equator is a different set of stars. The southern constellations you have to get off of. So if you're in the equator area, which is about 200-mile band, you have to decide which night navigation stars is the proper alignment, so you don't get lost and end up like, why are we in Puerto Rico? We went off for a see China. Did everybody froze?
No,
I'm not froze.
Okay. And then
Listening to the side chat here.
Yeah.
Kaylin says she has no proper training, but she says she's watched videos to learn how to do it.
Good. And remember, folks, compass only work if we have a proper magnetic field.
Okay. The thing is with the compasses, you have to keep up and find out what the yearly change of declination is,
Right.
because the
That's it.
magnetic north moves around like this around the north. You know, here's the North Pole. Here's how it's going.
If you know how to read a map, though, the map will actually show you the inclination.
Yeah,
Marking
for that
how
year.
many degrees it has to move.
Right, but you have to update that map. That's only for that year when it was printed out.
Yeah.
So if you have a map from
Exactly.
1966, it's going to be a little different. And you're like, why are we in Mexico? We set off to Canada.
Yeah.
Well, the Farmer's Almanac actually has that in there
Yeah, that's yearly.
of how to set that declination point.
Right.
Well,
And they-
if you get the current Farmer's Almanac every year, you'll have it. There's also the USGS puts it out twice a year because it changed. The last time it moved like 300 miles during the year, and so if it
Can you imagine trying to get someplace and being 300 miles off?
oh, yeah.
well, since it moved about 300 miles, if you're just moving down somewhere down in the southern United States, you could be off by 50 miles.
Yeah.
He's like 300 miles off. I'm in Bangladesh. How did I get here?
I'm heading to go see Reed down there in New Mexico. How do I wind up over here next to Steve at Corsairs Trainers?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and then number 10, they say tools, and they in bold print gas and water, and looking at them like, let's see, yep. It's like Also, it's a good idea to have shovels and crowbars in case something collapses on you. And like the helmet.
You want to, hey, Al,
A helmet?
you want
That
something
one like
better
he
than that
got?
email?
What?
Something better than that email. Guys, go to Amazon. Get this. The CERT Field Operating Guide. You said about something collapses and stuff on there. Well, hey, in here they got the search and rescue section, including how, if I can get the pages to turn here, how to rescue and carry people, but they also have the cribbing section, how to lift stuff up off of somebody, or how to move stuff, heavy stuff safely, and it's called cribbing. And it's
Right.
Yeah, the cribbing stuff, how to do proper cribbing, how to stack your make a cribbing box to pry something up and everything. It's got all that in here. This is probably actually for emergencies and
Hey,
disasters.
Wayne, how you doing?
Better than the Boy Scout manual.
Yeah. You know what's kind of funny? Hi, Wayne.
Hey, Wayne.
Japan has one day a year because we have so many earthquakes and storms and stuff in Japan. We do have CERT training. Everybody in Japan, by law, is supposed to have that book, but in Japanese.
Mhm.
And one day a year, doesn't matter if you're working government official, you have to take CERT training and you have to have the little card. And
Yep.
they really go after foreigners because foreigners are looking at them like, huh? So what's CERT training? I'm American. I'm like, no, you're in Japan. You're supposed to get that card.
Hey, if you're
what-
in America, you should get your CERT training anyway. I mean, it's in every state and every territory of the United States.
Yeah, they will take CERT training cards from the United States. That's a good thing. But in Japan, if you're living there or exchange student, you're supposed to have that card and you're supposed to take the yearly drills. They go everything what Gil said on the CERT manual, and they will make sure you do it because there's a test afterwards.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's all multiple question, multiple answer.
No, they talk to you. It's that kind of questioning.
Yeah.
That always cracks me up. One YouTuber says, I was interrogated by the government because I didn't know what they were talking about. Like, that was so funny. You're supposed to have like an emergency box, like Gil and Dave covered, supplies for about a week. It's mandatory in Japan because we have a lot of earthquakes. Look out the window. Oh, the car is doing breakdancing.
Well, I'm trying to remember which day it was. Give me a second here, I'll tell you. But Japan just recently had one off the east coast of Honshu.
Honshu.
Yeah, again, it was here it is. It was a 7.0, and that was on the 13th.
Yep.
And so that was number 4 for the year.
We have
Well, Wayne, you could be able to go over to the base, get all your certs for free, right?
Yeah.
All you have to just go on base and update your stuff there
Yeah, well,
since you're retired.
Yeah, well, for me, since I'm listed with the CERT program as not just having my CERT card, but not just being a CERT trainer, not a train the trainer. I'm a train the trainer.
Right, you're a coordinator.
As far as training, I teach guys to go out and teach the classes. So I'm the trainer.
How do you keep track of that much stuff?
Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And PowerPoint. Have all the classes have PowerPoints and
First.
again, and I get the new stuff every year, all the updates.
And we're at the top of the hour. Will, my memory's failing. I've been up since 4:30 in the morning at church filling out paperwork.
And I was up till after midnight last night. And guys, there is a great channel out there. Dusty Data.
Right.
Guy's a truck driver and stuff, but he runs on Sunday night a little show called Prepperty. And I was on there. Courtney from White Family Farm was on there last night, and Nisi Tribe from what's her husband's channel? Prepper Tribe. And we were on there and stuff, and it was just like you'd like Jeopardy. I'll take water everywhere for 500 or whatever. I won.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that before.
I barely won. But
Right.
this guy's giving away cool prize. I mean, he gave away $150 medical bag that he's going to be sending to me. But guys, check him out. He only has 305 subscribers right now. But I mean, the guy has a lot of good information. He's giving away a lot of stuff. So, and that's Dusty Data.
Right. Also on
Justin Data.
No, Dusty.
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 Yeah, here, let me show you.
Yeah.
You can put that link in the
Yeah.
side chat there if you want.
While you guys are doing that, number 11 is a radio. And folks, do not buy those little wind up radio thingies. Get a good, I can't remember the name, NO something. It's like a weather.
NOAA radio.
Yeah. They said that because they had a complaint on those little Chinese crank up ones. If the main repeater stations are down, those things are totally useless. It doesn't pick up anything. So you need a good broadband, what Gil says, radio, so you could pick up signals from other stations.
I'm looking around here, see if I
Well,
got my around the house.
Biofang should be good for that because they have all those wavelengths on them.
Right, but sometimes the Baofang's illegal. Make sure what model you have.
Only if you have to have the cert for it.
Yeah, well, with the NOAA radios, you can actually go on once you get one of those NOAA radios. You go online to the NOAA NOAA.gov, and they'll tell you where the broadcast towers are in your area, and you can program them with the code. And what it'll do is when they start to send out a signal, you have it sitting there. It's totally quiet. All of a sudden, it'll go beep, and all of a sudden, and it'll give you the whatever tornado warning or frost advisory or whatever.
Yeah, I hear the earthquake warning does not work too well.
Yeah.
Ham radio then would be good with that.
Oh God, don't talk about ham radio in California. They took down our repeater towers in Southern and Central California. So trying to pick up anybody who's within 50 miles is okay. Anything further, you're on your own. Go tell them, Will. Gil.
Wait a minute. The FCC told Governor Newsom that he could not do that, and they would arrest him.
Well,
that
Newsom,
is a federal.
Well, he's there.
Anything state has no control
Well,
on.
Governor Newsom, he's not going to be in office much longer.
I hope not. There, I know they're trying to do the recall on him.
true. And then number 12 is cell phone and charger. And they have some other data with it. I think it's okay. You got a cheap cell phone and a charger.
And if it's an emergency, unless you have a GETS card or a WPS, which is a wire priority service, you ain't gonna be able to use your cell phone because
I know.
I was reading an article last night. They're going to not smartphones aren't going to be around too much longer anyway.
So what they're going to give us next?
implants.
Great.
Actually, you were pretty close, Uncle Al. They'll be in your glasses, just
Yeah.
like a windshield of a car. Everything
all
you
I
look
need.
at will have a computer screen on it.
Great. They can look back at me. And they say,
Well,
what
that's
is
what I
Koala
read.
doing in his
They
garage?
said within the next. Yeah, they said within the next 5 years.
Great. They're looking at what's Uncle Alan working in his garage? It's saucer shape, and he has them
Another
string
way for him to
fence.
keep an eye on us, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, and on the piece that goes behind your ear will have the antenna in it, so your brain gets radiated quicker.
Yeah, they'll be sending
True.
those messages right to your brain. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Google Glasses failed because they were trying to use the. I think the screen is fine, but when you try to control it with your eyes movement, you go cross-eyed and you go like this when driving. Ah,
Yeah, I read that part of the article too. They said Google tried it already.
yeah, and it died. Now in Japan, they're trying to raise Google Glasses again, 4.5. Instead of the control on the glasses, you still get the screen one eye, the other one's normal, and you got a camera, and then it's hand control. Your Apple Watch, by movement of your hand, it's like working on a whatchamacallit, virtual reality.
Virtual keyboard. Yep.
Right. So you can see it, type out your message, and it's not no strain on the eye, and you don't go cross-eyed trying to like I can't see the traffic.
Hey guys, let's hop in the Wayback Machine here for a second. 1967, a movie starring James Coburn, The President's Analyst.
Right.
Who was the real bad guy in that movie?
I won't say I know who it is. So.
AT&T. Because the whole at the end of the movie, it says to get everybody with a telephone implant in the back of their head here, and that was in 1967. What the whole thing was about, dealing with that, and it is absolutely funny and scary.
Right, and everybody
Yeah,
on the
that's scary. Yeah,
everybody
that's
on
actually more scary than funny.
True, but everybody on the heel jack of their shoe had a telephone jack where they could plug into the system and unplug from the system.
Yeah.
Ah, God. Remember the shoe firm from Get Smart?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Chief, I'm here. And a rotary dial in the shoe.
Right. When my nephew sees my phone on the wall, they said, Uncle Alan, your phone has a tail, and what's that number thing on it? It's called
the rotary phone.
Yeah, rotary. I have another one's push button. They say you have Fred Flintstone phone, Uncle Alan. And I'm like, yeah, I'm that old, and it's avocado green.
And it'll still be working in another 50 years from now.
Yep.
What's on your agenda for tomorrow night, Gil?
Tomorrow night is, let me pop this down and bring it up. I'm trying to remember. I'm half asleep here still. All right. Tomorrow night is shelters. Where do you make
man, we go in a circle.
Yeah. So it's shelters tomorrow night, and then Friday night is what is off grid.
What is off grid?
Yeah.
That's a good title.
Yeah. So that's what's coming up this week.
And let's see, a week from tomorrow I think Uncle Al and I are going to be on AOK's show.
It depends.
8 o'clock.
We have to recontact Zach, find out who.
I have to recontact him, but I'm thinking it's a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be always on a Thursday. Zach's about 1 hour before Gil's live stream. And folks, Gil has his live stream in his channel, so go check him out.
Yeah.
Gil has some good content. So if you're not going over there and sitting with him for an hour, you guys are missing out on some good content.
Go ahead, Gil.
Tuesday and Fridays, same time both days. 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern, or wherever you're at. That's the time it is on Tuesdays and Fridays. Tactical Tuesday or the Friday night special. Hey, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
So
Yeah.
this Thursday for me, is remember we go on at 1 p.m.
on
So
Thursday.
this week is going to be what's on your list, and we're going to go through my list and compare it with your list. Maybe we can upgrade each other's list. So you might want to be there for that. Everybody has different stuff, and I might have missed some, and you might have missed some, and we could compile everything together.
That's why we have spreadsheets. Gil has a spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet. Now you got to get an Excel
You can
spreadsheet.
still
Will.
miss. You can still miss something, and somebody else might have missed something. So
That's why we had
that's why you
spreadsheets. So
can keep
it adds
adding.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
It always
God.
adds up.
My current spreadsheet has 700 items that I forgot. I'm not pulling that one out. That takes so long if we do an hour show. We'll be there until what? After the SHTF we're in?
Yeah, we could be there. Yeah.
No, and folks, what's going through the pipeline is if you have anybody in Okinawa or Guam, send your thanks and wishes and everything because it's getting a little hairy over there. That's all I could say about it. Wayne knows what I'm talking about. Gil knows what I'm talking about. Maybe Will, he's following geopolitics. Things are getting nutty. That's what happens when you put a senile old man into politics. I won't say his name, but we know which one it is.
Well, hey, we have a senile old woman in there that's been in there for way too long.
Which one?
The one that looks like she's had her face dipped in wax and started cracking.
Yeah, we
Diane
definitely need some pay.
No.
Need some
As my
term
boss,
limits for sure.
Lucy Galore,
Yeah.
as a villain from James Bond.
She does look like a villain from
They
James
sure
Bond.
need some term limits on both sides.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm reading a book. I was reading a series of books called Forgotten Forbidden America, and in book 5, they introduce the Free Republic states introduce a new constitution involving term limits, all this stuff, and then they have a punishment for those that accept bribes or payouts from political parties and stuff. It's called 30-30-30. You get 30 lashes for 30 days. Then you get allowed to languish for 30 days, and if you're still alive, then they hang.
Yeah, and then Wayne from the Ungrateful Peasants. A lot of places outside the U.S. still use landlines, payphones. Japan and France have the advanced one. You could either use a card or you could hook it up to your phone right here and use one of their landline payphones, and then you have a secure landline. A lot of people don't know you could do that in France. Just hook it up to their payphone. You could either use a computer, you could use a laptop. They have a little table and stuff, and you have a phone, regular corded phone. Punch in. They have a credit card slot, a money slot, a change slot for $20 American bills. They got me in Japan for that one. Oh Lord, because Japan I thought everything was coin operated. No, we take all money. It's like,
Yeah.
What robbed you? The
All right, you
telephone.
guys.
Telephone.
All right, you guys. Tell everybody goodbye. Thanks
All
everybody
right.
for coming
Night,
by. I
folks.
appreciate it.
All right.
Yes, Wayne, they do.
I'll
See you
have
on.
DSL.
See you tomorrow at Gil's. See you again on Thursday. Everybody, say hi to Steve if you see him. I don't know if he's having a situation or what, but he wasn't there today. If you see him, make sure he's okay. Next time.
All righty. Catch y'all